Hello and welcome back to Silent War 2.0, Short Campaign 3, Hold the Line. I'm Tim. We're on turn 3, which is week 4, December 41. We currently have no subs at sea. They're all back at base, so hopefully we can get some of those out this turn and get some more action. So let's start with the strategic segment. We got our war event phase. You can find the chart for that. Here it is. So let's see what happens this week. We got a 9. If the date is prior to March 1942, it is conduct Fall of Luzon or Battle of the Java Sea if Luzon has fallen. If it were March 42 or later, we would conduct Fall of the Dutch East Indies, which would actually trigger the end of this scenario. So we're going to do the Fall of Luzon. So the Americans were driven from Manila a week ago. For this turn, all op areas are considered to have 4 southbound American submarines in them for purposes of congregating risk, something we haven't had to deal with yet. Fremantle is open, but a Dutch submarine may only RTB there if it has 2 damage markers. If this event is rolled again, conduct Battle of Java Sea. All right, so basically all that's happening is we're going to have 4 submarines in every area. So basically wherever we go, we're going to have congregating risk. So we'll get to see how that works. All right, next we skip the torpedo improvement phase. Now we do get to roll on the ultra table this time. So we've got that here. And again, a lot of these areas are out of play, so it might not have any effect for us at all, but hopefully we'll get at least one that we can take advantage of. So we rolled a 7. We're in War Period 1. So our ultra areas are going to be the Carolines and the Aleutians. So yeah, nothing that we get to use. So no effect there. Next up, we've got the weather phase. So again, back on that same table, we have our weather chart. And we're still in December, so only a roll of 0 will give us a storm. And close, we got a 1. So still no bad weather for us. Moving on to the Triple R segment. We still have no reinforcements yet. Those will come next week when we start January 42. Ready submarines. So we do have 1 sub that's in the pier side box from last week, so he moves to ready for sea. And then these 2 that are in the broom box we have to roll for. They both have a readiness value of 4, so we need a 4 or less for those to come out. We'll do black die for the K-15, white die for the K-16. Neither one of them are coming out. They'll go to the pier side. Have to wait another week for them. And then we've got submarine repair. If you recall, we've got 2 submarines that are still being repaired. We'll roll for K8 first. We just need a 5 or lower for them to move into the broom box. We got a 0, nice. So move them down, and then K10 still needs a 3 or lower. And we got it. So they will move over to repair box 1. All right, so it looks like we just have the K-14 available for us this week. Be another short turn. Prep for operations phase, nothing to do there. So we got our patrol movement. No patrol movement. So we can skip straight to transit movement phase. So submarines that are in a ready for sea box or are outbound to a patrol area or are on their transit side in an operating section of an op area can move up to their movement rating. So for the K-14, we got a movement rating of 3. And so we're coming in from Surabaya base, which is actually in the Java Sea op area. So we can actually move up to 3 areas away from there. However, if you recall, we're limited to South China Sea 1, South China Sea 2, the Java Sea, the South Philippine Sea, and the Banda Sea for this scenario. But I think I want to sail up to the South China Sea 1 so we can get out of this shallow water and not have to worry so much about the counterattacks. Looks like South Philippine Sea would give us the same advantage there. Pretty much identical charts. They are identical for War Period 1. So yeah, let's have him sail up to South China Sea 1. After K-14's transit movement, now we have to do a transit event check, see if anything happened to them on the way there. So we left again from the Java Sea, so we don't consider that area. But the area that we moved through and the area that we moved to, we have to look at for the current war period, the number of red boxes. So the one that has the most is going to be South China Sea 1 with 3 red boxes. So we have some DRMs that apply to that as well then. We are on transit side up, so we get a -1 to the die roll. We also have to take into account, because of our war event, the congregating risk. So it's +1 or more. The way that works is for every 4 submarines in the area, you have to add a +1. So if you have more than 4, or is it 4 or more? But like in our case, we have 5. So since that's 4 or more, but less than 8, then we only have a +1 DRM. Let me just confirm that here real quick. 22.1. Here it is. For each multiple of 4 beyond the first 4. Yeah, so it starts at 5. So basically, if you have 5 to 8, you have a +1. If you have 9 to 12, you have a +2, so on and so forth. So we'll have a +1 from that. Now it says +1 if in narrow or shallow op area. I assume that's based on the areas chart that we're using. We did move through a shallow area, but I'm thinking that doesn't count since it's not shallow in the area that we're using the chart for. So basically, we're looking at a +1 DRM for congregating risk, -1 DRM for transit movement. So just a straight roll. And if we get any result that's in a red box, so 7, 8, or 9, then we have to roll to see what happens to us. And we did roll an 8. So now we go to the transit event table. So our first roll will be on that left side chart under War Period 1, and the second roll will then determine what if anything actually happened. So again, we'll use the black die for the first roll, white die for the second roll. We got a 6 and a 6. So war period 1, 6 will be in the 3 to 7 row, and a 6 is no event, just barely. So nothing happened to us there, and we are okay to stop and patrol there. And then since we're planning on patrolling there next phase, we go ahead and move down to the done section and turn to the patrol side. We'll do that. And he's all ready to go for the new year. All right, I believe that's going to do it. Got nothing to do for the conclude turn phase. No war progress in this scenario, so yeah, that's going to be it for turn 3. Short video today. I think what I'm going to start doing, I'm going to try to start moving along faster on the turns, since hopefully by now everyone's got a feel for how everything works. I don't need to kind of go quite as step by step. So hopefully we can move the turns along a little faster, and I'm going to try to do a video for each month. So 4 turns in one video. We'll see how that goes starting in January. But thank you again to everybody for watching these, and hope you're enjoying them. And I certainly am enjoying making them and enjoying playing Silent War 2.0. So we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks.